Now this is part 2 of 2. Okay, so during the relationship that I was in, I was also losing Ryan at that time, which, you know what, to be honest, I was choosing a man first and foremost, and second drugs, but drugs came over that man. So I was chasing a man and drugs over my own child, which it's hard for me to like even swallow that, but it was the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I wasn't even fit to be a mom, I felt like. Yeah. So I lost Ryan that November of 2014, and it was like a couple months after that, I was like, you know what, I just gotta get out of this relationship. Like, I don't know what I need to do. So I called my godmother, Sarah, and she was on the phone with me for the whole time as I was packing my stuff, because he was at work and I was like dipping and I didn't even say nothing. And I had to work. So I packed my whole house up and put it in my Crown Victorian. Is it Victoria or Victorian?
No, it's a Crown Victoria. It was our grandma's car.
It was, luxury boat car.
Big old boat car.
So then I went to work and I moved into mom's. Thought I was doing okay for a little while. And then I started stepping back out into bars and whatnot. So, where were we at?
You moved out.
Oh, yeah.
I got this. I do professional interviews for a living,
So I moved out and went into mom's.
Yes.
Stayed there for a little while. Yes.
Yes, and then you started doing it again.
Started going back out again.
Yep.
And then I met another guy that was mutual friends. Anyways, yes. So I met another guy and started dating him, and his like drug of choice was meth. So I started smoking meth. Like, I was still doing Xanax, I was still doing all that. We were together for like 6 months. In March of 2015, I overdosed. I had Xanax in my system and I had meth in my system. It was the first time I ever shot up, but it was like that time of like where I was hopeless. Like, I was like, why am I even living anymore? I don't even care to live. I don't have nobody to live for. And so I just remember like laying there and just going to sleep after he shot me up. And then I remember like waking up, and it was just crazy. Like, I couldn't talk. I could see what was going on, but I couldn't move. I couldn't talk. Couldn't do that. I finally got to the hospital, but then went right back that night and smoked more meth, you know? And then that's when my mom actually called the cops on me and sent our brother James and Darren to our house. And that was just, I don't know what they expected they were gonna do or whatever. You can't do anything without my...
What?
So they came over, they couldn't do anything, you know, and I wasn't leaving because I just wanted to get drugged up, and that's all I cared about was getting drugged up. So we got evicted from our apartment because I was paying the bills. I had the job or whatever. He wasn't working, so I paid the bills, and then I lost my job due to that overdose because I was supposed to work that day. Oh. So I lost my job, and we got evicted from the apartment, so we moved in with his grandparents. And we were there for maybe like 2 months or so, and I just remember like being like, Mom, like, I'm done. Like,
you're literally breaking point.
Almost.
Okay.
Almost. Almost. Yeah, so I was done or whatever, moved back in with Mom.
Called Mom, our beautiful mom came and got her.
Yes, Mom always came and got me until my breaking point. And she, so lived with her and was fine for a little while again, and then it was like, you know what, so it was like my breaking point weekend. I did a whole heck of a lot of meth. I was out of my mind. I was working at a local like little mom and pop shop or whatever, restaurant. And I just remember like calling them and being like, oh, my sister's in she's getting rushed to the hospital or whatever. She's pregnant and all this kind of stuff. Like
Evangeline.
Yeah. And like, it was just crazy. And so they're like, okay, da, da, da. Well, I had met a guy. I actually got pimped out that weekend, actually. And,
What's the guy from Pennsylvania?
huh?
PA. When there's some guy in Pittsburgh.
There's a lot of guys.
She's lost track.
There was a lot of guys. No, this one actually had like his own like construction or concrete business or whatever.
Okay.
Anyways, got pimped out to him. He was really freaking weird, y'all. Like really weird. Anyways, so he was really strange. Mom didn't even know him. I don't even know. And then I got a cab ride from his house when I went back to Parksburg. I was so methed out.
So you lost your phone?
That's where my phone got stolen.
Yeah.
That's where I was raped by 2 guys. I didn't have any money or whatever because the guy that pimped me out wanted his money. So the cab ride, if you guys are from the Mid Ohio Valley, you know how far Parkersburg is from Marietta. And my cab ride was $175. So I almost stopped at Mom's house
It's
that
15
night.
minutes away.
Yeah, because I don't even know. I think I had him driving everywhere
Oh my gosh.
because I was like, oh my God, like my money's gone now.
Woo.
So what am I supposed to do? So he finally took me to Mom's, and I was about to get out of Mom's house, and I was like, you know what? I'm not doing this. She didn't have $175 to pay for the freaking. So I went back to that guy's house, and he was like, well, where's all the money that I just gave you or whatever? And I was like, well, and he's like, okay, so he paid my cab, and then the next day we went to New York City, and I was like, you know what? Like, just leave me here. I don't even care. Just leave me in New York City. Let me just stay. I can do my own thing. This is the city that dreams come true. Like, I can do anything. I did not stay in New York City. We came back down, and I was staying at his house for a couple days, and I just remember like talking to Mom on the phone, and she was like, Sharown, I'm not doing this again. Like, I'm not doing it again. So until you're really actually ready, you're not coming back to my house.
Kicked her out.
And that was hard for her to do, but at the same time, she was enabling me.
She was.
And she had to do what she had to do.
Because let's just say, I'm a parent now, right? Parents love their children.
Love.
But there comes to a point, right, where they've got to learn the hard lessons on their own. But if you keep saving them, that's just enabling them.
Yeah.
That's what Mom tried to do, and it's hard.
But
It's hard.
she's learned a lot through
yeah.
that too. I really,
yeah.
if it wasn't for her prayers or whatever,
Yeah.
I just know that night that I was, like that weekend I was messed up, Mom was messed up too. And she told me that she was just ready to go home to heaven.
Mm.
And I was like, are you, like, what? Like, obviously she didn't tell me then, but she told me afterwards.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, you know what, Mom? Let's do it. Let me start, talking to Molly, which is, she's known our family my whole life. Our
counselor.
And so she became my counselor.
Yep.
And then she opened the opportunity to go to Eddie James's Dream Life. It's a 12-year discipleship program.
12 months.
12 month. That's a long time. 12 years. Bye.
You should be good after 12 years being there.
Okay, yeah, 12-month discipleship program, and I remember just talking to the director, and he was like, well, when do you want to do it? And I was like, listen, if I don't get in now, I'm not going to do it. So like, let's get me in. So we got in. I got in that week. Yep. Met a whole bunch of amazing people. And I was in there for like 3 months. So I got out, went straight to Morgantown that night, man, smoked weed, drank, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was a constant struggle no matter what I did.
Well, it was addiction.
It was, yeah, that demon of addiction, man.
Yep,
I'm gonna just say that.
It was.
So, yeah, so right back into my old ways again, but then I kind of got a little blurry. What year was that? 2016, I believe, is when I went to rehab. And then I was out, because I was out for like a year, and me and my best friend at the time, we moved to West Virginia.
Yes.
because we were both in the oil field.
Yes.
So we bought a house there. We were there for a little while. And then it was like summer of 2018, and this opportunity of like going to a Bible college like came about. Actually, it was in the process because it happened. I had went to one of their conferences the year before that.
Remember when we went to, was it Morgantown for your birthday? What year? How old did you turn?
Oh yeah, that was that year.
You were 24?
I was 21.
No.
Oh wait, what?
21?
I was
22. 22.
24.
How old are you?
What?
How old are you gonna be this month? 27?
27.
Maybe you were 23. Has it been 4 years ago?
I was 23. I was in Florida on my 23rd birthday. So anyways, I don't know what year, y'all.
But we
all
went,
the years.
me, my brother James, and sister Tama all went to Morgantown to celebrate her birthday.
And I was dating a Haitian at that time.
Oh, yes! Yes!
Oh man, I almost fought him too.
We had lots of fun dancing that night.
Yeah. Oh, anyways. So yeah.
So then Bible College, 2018.
Bible College 2018 came around. I was working in the oil field that summer, and they transferred me back from West Virginia to Ohio. So I moved back into my mom's house.
Yeah.
And went to a conference, and it was like the Lord was just telling me, it's like this year. I don't know how it's gonna happen, but it's here and it's now. So I remember like talking to my bosses, and they were like, well, you know what? You're fired. So I was fired. So there you go. There was like my perfect opportunity.
Yep.
Listen, I did not know I was accepted into this college until the day before move-in day. But I remember talking to mom and talking to people at the college, like trying to get me in, like, listen, pack your bags out of faith. Do it out of faith. And so I was packing my bags out of faith. I'm like, okay, yeah.
Yep.
And the call came in the next day, and it was Pastor Don, and he was like, asked me a couple questions, and he was like, okay, well then, you know what, we'll get back with you later today. And then I found out I was accepted. So the next day I packed my stuff. Nobody came with me besides my dad. My dad met me up there. Actually, I think that's really where like the restoration of him and I's relationship came through.
Yeah.
Because he was always there for me, like at college, you know what I'm saying? Like always would. So anyways, did that for 2 years. Did not graduate, but I did not really go for an education. I went because if I would have stayed here, I probably would have died, to be honest. And
you needed to get away.
I just needed to get away. So I went really just to get a relationship with the Lord. And met a guy there.
What number are we on now? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Met a guy there.
No, 5.
Met a guy there. And I was just like, oh my gosh. She's like, oh my gosh. Well, so we were engaged, and then it didn't work out because obviously y'all know who I'm married to now, Mr. Davon.
Shout out to Davon.
Anyways, but didn't graduate.
Yep.
But this past January, because I was living in Charlotte with an ex-fiance, and I moved back to Columbus for my last semester.
Yep.
And didn't finish that semester because of COVID and all that, so we had to move out. But I met Davon. It was actually, you know what's crazy is that if we would have planned Mom's birthday party before the 7th, I wouldn't have met Davon. Because we moved
it.
Yes.
We moved her party.
We moved her surprise party to the 7th of March. And that was the night that I met Davon. And it's been beautiful ever since.
And he saw her shaking her booty?
He was shaking his booty in the cage. Don't get that wrong.
Okay, he was dancing.
He was dancing. I was like, Alex was like, oh, you better get down. And I turned around and I'm like, oh, no, you better stay in there. The next thing I know, he like tapped me and he was right here. And he was telling me about his children and his mom and all this kind of stuff. And I just remember.
And that was in March.
March.
Yep. Last year.
March of this, 2020.
2020.
So, so a little bit of my story, a lot of my story.
That's a lot of her story.
That's a lot of my story, but and it's continuing.
Yeah, for sure.
So
it's continually evolving.
But I do want to just come out and say that I lost a childhood friend yesterday to stage 4 cancer. She was battling with addiction for the longest time, but she was finally able to get to a point where she was able to take care of herself, like get into a rehab and do multiple rehabs and whatnot. But she did lose her life yesterday, and that kind of just like really really hurt me, because I'm like, this is crazy. Like, she's 26 years old, she has 2 children, and but her legacy will live on forever, and it's given me more of an inspiration and motivation to even get on here and
raise awareness.
Yeah, because this is serious, guys. Like, we don't know. We're not promised our tomorrow. So, and we have a voice, so we need to speak up, and I just know that I ran from ever wanting to like deal with people and drugs, to be honest, like, because I was like, you know what, like, I'm good, I don't need to be around those people. But every time I get around those people, that's where I thrive the most. And so it's just the enemy's been trying to really like take me away. But I know that the Lord does have a plan on this whole addiction demon that I've dealt with. It's crazy. I don't even know. And everybody deals with some
demons.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, how do we get even? Listen.
I know. But
you're strong enough to deal with whatever
before we say bye.
You're doing.
You need to hit the share button. Why? Because her story is gonna change the world.
Oh.
Seriously, this woman could have died. This is my baby sister. Could have died to drugs. So you need to spread awareness. You need to hit the share button. You need to subscribe to the channel, because you know what? They're gonna be world changers together, her and her husband.
Aw, thanks, sis.
Okay? So hit the share button. And if you need someone to talk to, she's pretty awesome. I'm pretty awesome.
Yeah, we are pretty awesome over here. The sun is really hitting us now.
Now it's coming in, but I know that was a really hard thing to share.
It was a little hard.
Pretty vulnerable.
It is very vulnerable, but I just want to let you guys still know that I am still going through custody with Ryan. Actually, it's actually to a point where this whole custody battle is like, I'm gonna get a lawyer within a few months, and we're actually doing that with Davon's children as well. So,
all right.
So that's 2 of them. I mean, 4 of them all together. But like on both sides.
She'll be me. I got 4 kids.
Just like, I don't know, guys. Just reach out if you can. Definitely, if we can pray for you guys, if we can help you in any situation, that is what we are here for. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, because it was very hard and I was a little scattered-brained, but
that's why I'm here to keep her on track.
Yes. But anyway, stay tuned, because Davon's Tell My Story is coming as well. So we love you guys. Make sure, like she said, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that bell notification, ding, 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 ding. Like, share, comment. We love you guys. Much love from the kids. Mwah!